welcome to this special discussion on the topic, Can Batoka secure the future of Zambia's electricity? My name is Victor Mwila. We all know that Zambia's energy security has in recent times come under extreme pressure from recurring droughts that have exposed our heavy reliance on the Kariba Dam. In response to challenges in the power deficit, Zambia and Zimbabwe are now advancing the Batoka Gorge hydroelectric scheme, a 2,400 megawatt project designed to strengthen power generation on the Zambezi River. Questions have been asked about its viability, cost, and climate resilience. So today we separate fact from speculation as we go inside the Batoka. My guest in the studio is Ministry of Energy Principal Public Relations Officer, Bob Sianjalika. Mr. Sianjalika, I would like to say thank you so much for joining us on this special discussion. And you are the custodians as a ministry of this project. Give us a little bit of a background concerning this project. There are people that might be hearing about it for the very first time. So when we talk about the Batoka project, what exactly are we looking at?
Okay, thank you, Victor, and much appreciation to Zanis for this invitation. We talk about the Batoka Gorge project. This is a project being developed by the two governments, that is Zambia and the Zimbabwe on the other side. Like you stated, the objectives are that the two countries want to increase electricity generation or availability of electricity. They face similar problems, both of them. So they sat down and say, how can we utilize the resource that is available? The Kariba Dam is a major resource, which is a shared resource by the two governments. So jointly, they've put their funds together to build this hydropower scheme. So it is a well-planned, well-schemed project that is environmental friendly. Key objective is that if this project is implemented, it will give relief to the existing plant at Lake Kariba. So 2,000 megawatts is the expected maximum production from that end, and the project is underway purely to mitigate what the two countries have gone through. It's an ambitious project, yes, but it will help Kariba reduce on overuse, and also improve electricity supply and reliability for the two countries.
What's the total cost for the project? I know that Zambia and Zimbabwe are sharing the cost. What exactly is involved in this project?
Yeah, so the project cost is about 5 billion. 5 billion, and the two governments have put in equal amounts of money. Zimbabwe has put in 2.2, Zambia has put in 2.2, the remaining will be...
So what are we talking about, $5 billion US dollars, or?
Yes, the total cost of the project is $5 billion US dollars. So the two countries have committed 2.2 million. So the balance will be found elsewhere.
Sourced.
But as a symbol of commitment, the two countries have committed that amount, and the two ministers of energy, Minister of Energy for Zambia, Honorable Makoto Chikote, and the Honorable July Moyo, they met just a week ago in Livingstone, where they reaffirmed commitment to develop this project. And the two ministers are dedicated to put all their efforts to give priority to this project, so that once it's executed, they are very hopeful, and the two countries are the two presidents have also supported the project to just put an end to this challenge that we have for electricity. It's a major project.
I know you've talked about how this will more or less like cushion the Kariba, from heavy reliance from both Zambia and Zimbabwe. But this is a project that has attracted a lot of criticism, you know, around cost and climate risk. Why do you think it's important that Zambia should take that direction and still invest in hydropower?
Zambia has been hit, just like Zimbabwe. The two countries have been hit similarly. But Zambia is very much convinced that we still have capacity to raise or make use of our natural resources. Okay? Yes, we got disappointed from the hydropower, and the president has said this now and again. The problem that we didn't invest as much as we were growing. Okay? We still relied on old investments, but our sectors, well, agriculture is growing, mining is growing. As we speak now, the consumption of the mines, the way we're consuming a year ago, is not the same as they are consuming now, because they are expanding. Government has set targets of growth in the mining sector. We're talking of 3 million
metric tons of copper.
That is how it's supported by sufficient energy. So these investments are deliberate. The two governments, their commitment is really focused. And if such a project is executed, it is hydro, yes, but we are also looking at other areas of investment. Remember, we are talking about the energy mix. When you talk of energy mix, we are talking about coal, solar, the famous solar now. We are not forgetting the hydro, because that is one of the resources that we have naturally, besides coal, that we should capitalize on it. Okay, there is hydropower stations that are smaller, upgrade them. Where we have capacity to install more, we shall do that. And the decision by the two governments to identify Batoka is so prudent, backed by evidence, research evidence, that this project is viable. This project will respond to the challenges that the two countries are facing.
When do we see this project actually commencing, or are we still at resource mobilization stage? I know that, like you mentioned, Zambia and Zimbabwe have already committed to yes, some money. Where are we at?
So I should state that this project here, the two governments have committed that amount. So the manager for this particular project is the Zambia River Authority. The Zambia River Authority has been tasked by the two governments to find partners that can improve. It's a PPP arrangement, public-private partnership arrangement. So the two governments have put their equity. So all we're waiting for is other partners to come on board to seek interest in this project and support it. Okay? So you know there are seasoned managers in such resources. They're the ones that are managing the current project on the Zambezi River. So they've been tasked by the two governments. A manager has been appointed already that is managing and supporting to make sure that the execution of this project is done and done on time.
Some circles feel that the northern part of the country has more water. And why doesn't government consider setting up a project of this magnitude in the northern part of the country?
Yeah, so the scopes, excellent question, Victor. The concerns from the public could have value, but remember this is a project that is site specific. The scopes of this project are so specific that you need to be mindful of the environment. In the northern part, yes, we have places where I can put, but not of this, something of this magnitude. So this project is well designed and site specific. Okay, studies have been done and proven. UNESCO was using, and they've all approved that this is the best site for us to put this project. This government is cautious about implementation of project and making sure that all parts of the country benefit. Okay, there are a number of projects that are being done in other parts of the country to bring up the much needed electricity that energy that we need as a country. As we speak now, and some projects in Mansa were commissioned. These were solar. Okay, we are identifying solar project. We are identifying small gorges where we can also put a reasonable sized project that can also bring us much needed electricity. But this particular one, it was site specific because of the magnitude and the research that was done. So this is environmentally perfect design. We will not have to build another dam for us to trap water and to run the turbines. No, the same water that will be running downstream. So we are making maximum use of the water that is available. Okay, so these are designs that have been scientifically proven, and this particular project, resources have been spent to do research on the viability, how sustainable it is. Okay, it has taken time now, and everything has been set in motion and proven that people can now run and execute the project. As we sit now, ZRA, as I say, the manager is already there. Okay, experts are already running
on the ground.
On the ground, yes, with all specifications that they are guaranteed that this project will be executed and give the results that the two governments desire to have.
Let's talk about citizens that are worried about repeated droughts. Can you perhaps share with us some of the practical difference that the Batoka will make to power stability once it comes on?
You see, of course, climate change has hit us badly. Okay, but in all things being equal, hydropower still remains the most sustainable, or it gives you the biggest yield of power. Okay, solar of course, if you say 100 megawatts, it will give you 100 megawatts when the sun is at peak. Most of the time, it will give you less than 100 megawatts. But for hydropower, if you say suppose you're supposed to produce 2,400 megawatts or 1,200 megawatts, as long as you put the right equipment there and the water is there, okay, you get guaranteed that you get the voltage or the yield of electricity or power that you want. What guarantee is there? This particular setup of the project, where it is sitting, okay, where it is sitting, water is always running there. Okay, unlike the other side where it is, you say the location is subject to how much rain you have in a year. We've never had the Zambezi River dry up. So the other one, where it is located, the setup of this Batoka Gorge, it's so fundamentally planned that it will be guaranteed to run whether we have more water or less water in a particular year. So this is why the two governments have insisted that we need to execute this project to give relief to the existing infrastructure that is there. Okay, it might not be 2,400, it could be less than that, but whatever will be put in place there will definitely give relief to the existing infrastructure at Kariba. So yes, under the energy mix, hydropower is involved, solar is involved, coal is involved, and any other means of generating, bringing up electricity, so that this deficit is mitigated.
2,400 megawatts is quite massive.
It's quite massive, yes.
And I would like to know, is there a specific time frame for this project? Because this is not the first time we are talking about the Batoka project. This is one project that this country has been talking about for quite some time. We know that government wants this speeded up.
Exactly, and that is the message the two ministers sent out to ZRA. We need to speed up this project. So the key factor that is now holding on to that speed is the task given to find the developer. Okay, the two governments have committed, So you know, it's a PPP arrangement.
Arrangement.
Yeah. So once a developer is found to kickstart and run this project, it will be good to go. As we speak now, it's one of the projects that we are fronting, calling for people to take interest, the private sector take interest and invest with the support of the two governments to bring this project to life and mitigate the challenge that we have as the Zambia and the Zimbabwe.
Great. Overall, the Batoka project definitely, as you have alluded to, is coming in to try and cushion that heavy reliance on the Kariba. And I know we've discussed this extensively. Now, from the Ministry of Energy, what other activities that government has put in place as far as energy diversification is concerned? I know you talked about the energy mix, and that has been the language. Apart from the Batoka, what other areas is the government focusing on as an assurance to members of the public that perhaps we are making progress in as far as closing the gap in the energy deficit?
Yeah, Victor, we've been doing the talking, and now I think slowly we are seeing the results. This challenge came to us been over a year now, and the government quickly started and devised mechanism. How are we going to respond to this? Some investments that were being done a year, 10 months ago, are starting to yield results now. Besides investing in this hydro that are long-term maturing, government through the stakeholders, the private sector, teamed up. We have this solar, we call it solar madness. Every part of the country. My minister would run from north, south, east, west, groundbreaking. We are planting solar plants everywhere. 100 megawatts, 50 megawatts. There's nothing small. Whatever is going to bring an additional megawatt. The minister was there, groundbreaking. So all those projects, talk of Mumbwa, Nambala, 100 megawatts, Chipata, 100 megawatts, Chipata, Choma, 100 megawatts. We have Siavong, 100 megawatts, Kafue, Gorge, 100 megawatts. Those are solar projects. Okay. We have Chisamba 1, which is now yielding. It is already giving us 100 megawatts. We have Chisamba 2, which was just groundbreaking, was done some 3 weeks ago. So each of these solar plants that are being planted, we can take about the minimum 100 megawatts will give you about maximum 10 months, depending on the scopes. Some of them will do at 9 months, 8 months. So the results are coming. As we speak now, just this week, a week ago, ZESCO was test commissioned 14 megawatts in Mansa. So the 14 megawatts has come on board in Mansa, and that is being fed in Ruapula. As we speak now, there's complete no load shedding in Mansa. Okay, they are feeding from their own solar plant there. Okay, so these investments are not only restricted to solar. There is also a Mamba core. You know that we have already the 300 megawatts for phase 1. This is the input into the national grid, but there's also phase 2 Mamba, another 300 megawatts that might be coming mid this year to feed in the grid. So Mamba will give us 600 megawatts. Phase 1 and phase 2, 600 megawatts. Okay, Mamba, just on the sides, they're also putting up a solar plant, energy mixing. A solar plant, 100 megawatts, that was commissioned, I think, some 3 months ago by the Minister of Energy. So if that project is done, that means Mamba alone will be giving us 700 megawatts, a mixture of 600 core and 100 megawatts of solar. Okay, So these projects are guaranteed for execution. Once they come, they are commissioned, we can proudly say load shedding the thing of the bus. So we have lined up about 29 projects that are in the pipeline as we speak. 29 projects. They are all energy projects. As we speak now, people, men and women, are laying panels on the 29 of them. These are expected to give us a total of about 2,600 megawatts once they are executed and completed. The president has given us a task that we need to get to a production of energy to a tune of 10 megawatts. No, 10,000 megawatts. That's 10 gig. So while people at present projects are running, there are still a number of applications that the ministry is processing. Okay, investors still willing to invest in solar, invest in the energy sector. What is the ambition? The ambition is that one day this challenge will go, and one day Zambia will be exporting power to make money for the country. There's a yoni market out there. Our neighbors need power. If all these projects come on board, we are assured as a ministry that we shall be able to export power and make money to invest in other social sectors of this economy.
Definitely. We've never seen such private sector participation in
the support has been overwhelming.
Exactly, and the president has been talking about that, commending the private sector for coming on board to try and ensure that government efforts are complemented. As we are closing the program, your final remarks. We were, of course, discussing, can Batoka secure the future of Zambia's electricity? What would be your last words to the people of Zambia? Because everyone wants to hear, for instance, what they are experiencing now. In most areas, they are reporting consistent power supply. And so people are asking, is this here to stay or is just for a short period?
You see, the assurance and gratifying, this sector has been supported from our superiors, from the president. You can see him getting involved in unlocking this challenge, and we are seeing results now. Okay, what people are seeing now is a systematic way of doing things. Okay, it's been a challenge on us every time you see nobody was happy. The minister, the president sent apologies to the people across the country on the load shedding. Business were affected. Business were affected. Nobody was happy. The president mentioned that the people are spending sleepless nights. The issue of power was the elephant in the house, in the room. So issues are unlocking. What people are seeing now is not by accident. Okay? It's a solution or the problem being unlocked, a problem being resolved. We still have a lot to do. Collectively, we have worked hard, been supported by policy implementers, the policymakers, and the Zambians out there. We ran together, and we understood the challenge, and we gathered to sort out this problem. Increased power supply that people are seeing now, it's an appreciation that, yes, the support by the president is yielding results. It's visible. Businesses are back in form now. Go around your township, you see all the machines are blazing, barber shops are open. Okay, we hope the investments that we have made so far will sustain this economy, will sustain the long working hours, and people will continue enjoying and investing in the various aspects. It's not a abracadabra. It's methodical planning. It's teamwork, most of all. You will be surprised how supportive the private sector would sit with the government. Okay? To think around, how do we unlock this? How do we do this? And the solutions were found. So these results we are seeing now, it's not a mistake, Victor. It's not a mistake. So this power is coming from various interventions. Okay? Of course, nature is favorable to us now. We have rains. It's normal you expect the power station, head of power stations to have increased generation, which they have. So some of the power is coming from there. Other power is coming from the savings that was in the agriculture sector. Okay? You remember that there was a commitment by the government. Even when the economy, the challenge of electricity was at its dear peak, the government said, no, let's save the economy. Key sectors were running. The mines were running. Okay? The agriculture sector, those people who run certain pivots, the people who give us food, they were running. Okay? So some of those sectors now, like agriculture, they are not running the center pivots. Center pivots are off. They are off. So all that power that they were feeding into their, it's been released for you and I to use in our homes. Okay? So there was also increased the imports through the intervention of the president. He mentioned that he just made one trip to unlock questions. That's how committed he has been. So nobody sat back. The president, the ministers, the cabinet supported all this. So we are proudly supported, and I'm happy that we are getting positive feedback from the people. So together, in celebrating that the situation is getting better now, we should not forget that there's still work to be done, and we shall call on the support of the Zambian people. We'll move together. Whatever we want to do, let's move together. The future is really bright.
Mr. Sianjalika, I would like to thank you so much for coming to the studio for us to discuss the Batoka issue, which has been in the media for quite some time. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation to come over. Thank
you, Victor. I can also assure the public out there that Batoka Gorge project is not a gamble. It's a all-research project. Thank you, Zanis, for the invitation. Let's keep working together.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Well, viewers, that's it for today. We were discussing the prospects of the Batoka Gorge hydroelectric scheme and its potential to secure the future of Zambia's electricity. One thing is clear, decisions around energy must be guided by data, engineering, and national interest. My name is Victor Mwila. Thank you for watching. Until next time.